Let's talk about rigging for fly fishing up in the Owens Valley, but a little different than you might be expecting. Yeah, there's trout in the Owens River and Hot Creek, maybe up in the creeks and up in the mountains up in the Eastern Sierra. But this is actually a little different. This is for fly fishing in the canals, and this is for fishing for bass. So take a look at the rigging that's used by one of the guides up there who specializes in this targeting these species, Jared Coons.
Okay, we're out here on the Big Pine Canal. We're targeting largemouth bass with jigging bait fish streamers. And my leader's set up right at the fly line to my loop. I have a regular clench knot, 12-pound fluorocarbon, about a rod length of it. And we're gonna attach our fly on this other end, and I'm gonna use a non-slip loop, which is a loop connection, which is gonna allow this fly to dance around and have a lot more action in the water. Always fish a loop knot when I'm fishing streamers and midges. They can dance, more life, more action, attract more fish. A loop knot compared to a non-loop knot, when we attach this leader to this fly and we use a regular, say, improved clinch knot, that knot binds down tight right to the eye of the fly, which kind of keeps it from being able to move a little bit. It's a solid connection. It doesn't really allow it to wiggle as much, so the leader has to move and wiggle with it. When we attach a loop knot, our fly is attached on a closed loop that doesn't tighten. So that fly can wiggle and dance and move and have a lot more life and a lot more action, especially when we're jigging up and down. This thing's gonna bounce and move, and that combined with this rabbit is gonna give it a ton of life. So loop knots are great anytime you want to add and incorporate more action into any kind of fly. You could do it with nymphs, but yeah, non-slip loop. So what we do, we start with just a regular overhand knot, just like that. Then the fly goes on. So we put our fly on, and that can just dangle on there. Got a lot of rabbit hair, and we're gonna take the tag in and go back through our loop, or our knot here, our hole, or whatever you want to call it. And I like to pull this down. This loop you want to close off as small as you can because it's going to grow when you tighten it. So what I like to do is take the tag and pull that, shorten that up almost to where you pull it through the loop. Be careful because you'll pull it through the loop and you'll ruin it, so don't get that close, but tighten it almost all the way down because it will get bigger. So about like that. So now it's like an improved clench knot. We're just going to take the tag and we're going to go around the standing part about 5 times. 5 to 7 with 4 and 5X, and you can go like 3 or 4 with heavier tippet. So we get our twist, and now we take the tag, and we're just going to go right back out that first loop we started, that overhand knot. We're going right back out the same way, just like that. And then we tighten all that down, and now we got our fly in that loop. Can dangle and wiggle around like that. Give it a little tighten. Get your nippers and trim that tag off. Tough in the wind here. There you go. Non-slip loop.
Great detailed information about the rigging used to target bass in the canals up in the Owens Valley. Very different stuff. You'd be interested to kind of look at this thing as opposed to the traditional standard going up and checking out Owens and Upper Owens or the wild trout section or Hot Creek. Yeah, great stuff, or Crawley, but take a look at the things you might be passing along the way, the reservoirs and the canals up there in the Owens Valley and targeting bass, and that's what the rigging was there with Jared Coons. We'll put you in touch with him. He's the owner of Sierra Mountain Trout Guide Service, and it would be a really special day and you'd learn a lot going out with him in his guide service. Let us know, and we'll see you right here next time on the Backcast.